Good morning, DHS and community members. We will resume with the fourth hour senior exit project presentations. We ask you to keep your phones off and no flash photography. The first person presentating is Andrew Keeler.
All set? All right. Okay. My universal truce is don't cross the bridge till you come to it. Oh, clicker. Forgot about that. Part 1. Who am I? If people are doubting how far you can go, go so far you can't hear them anymore. By Michelle Ruiz. I chose this quote because I see this in my own life. This quote brings motivation to me and any other type of passion I have. Who am I? 3 things people would say about me is I'm happy, I'm funny, and I'm leading. People would say I'm happy is because whenever I am around people, I like to keep up the mood. I'm always smiling, I'm always in a good mood. I think people would say I'm funny because at my sister's concert, me and my grandpa were sitting next to each other, and we were just cracking jokes the whole time, going back and forth. I'd say I'm leading because whenever I am doing an activity, I'm always helping direct, no matter what it is. Now, who am I seriously? I'd like to say I'm determined, confident, and I have good integrity. I'm always determined to push myself to do the best when I put my mind to it. I'm confident, usually. I have confidence in myself, and usually people have confidence in my ability to do jobs like at work. And I'd like to say I have good integrity. I always try to make up for my mistakes, and I'll be honest about everything. All right, now my weaknesses. 3 things that I think I should work on is I'm very disorganized. If you've ever seen my room, it's a mess. There's just papers everywhere. I'm always everywhere. I'm self-critical because I always second-guess myself. I'm always thinking back to the things I did and always like, oh, should I have done that better? I also procrastinate a lot. If you're in my trig class, you know that I have homework that I need to turn in. Now for my hobbies and extracurriculars. I do football, National Honor Society, student ambassadors, and I play guitar. If you see in the pictures, that's me in my football stuff, and that's me playing a guitar with glasses. Now for work and volunteer experiences. I work at Lucky Steakhouse as a busser, and I volunteer at my church. Lucky Steakhouse has helped me to become very patient with people, especially customers. And church has helped me to learn how to work with kids and be open to that. Some of my accomplishments are, a major accomplishment for me has been receiving an academic scholarship from Central Michigan University, and I made National Fine Arts, and I also built my own personal computer. National Fine Arts I did with unconventional percussion. We played on trash cans and stuff like that, and I built my own computer, which I thought was pretty cool. Part 2, where am I going? If you're good at something, never do it for free. I chose this quote because it kind of explains itself. You can always benefit from your skills, no matter what they are. All right, I'm gonna walk around to this part. Career exploration and self. Computer network specialist is the career field I chose. I want to go into this field because I love working with technology and how one little device can put the world in your pocket. Some personality traits that is required for this is working with others, open to new things, and attention to detail. I will succeed because, like I said prior, I am very determined, so any challenge I'm perceived with, I will push through. My short-term goals, I want to be able to support myself at college, like money-wise and living-wise, and I want to improve my skills such as guitar, working out, and computer skills. As you can see, my art needs a little bit of work. My long-term goals, I want to graduate Central Michigan University with a major in electrical engineering and a minor in computer science. I want to achieve a job working with my hands in either the computer or engineering field. I picked these goals because they really kind of prep me for my future so I can be comfortable with my life. Let's explore my career. So, computer network specialists. Network specialists have a wide variety of duties. Usually they design, create, and install computer networks. They also maintain these systems. Their networks can serve from 2 to several thousand users. Some requirements for this job are possibly a bachelor's degree in the computer field and 1 to 3 years of technical support experience. This career is currently in high demand. It is growing moderately in relation to national average growth for all careers, and the pay for this is $50,000 to $164,000. And some challenges are actually getting to the position. Like it says in the requirements, it takes 1 to 3 years of technical experience before you can even be looked at for the position. Now, why I chose this career field. This is my ideal career because I've always loved technology and everything to do with it. I also enjoy this job because you basically get to be your own boss. You make decisions based on what you think is best for the company, and I love that aspect of it. Now, how do I plan on getting here? I will be attending Central Michigan University in the fall, majoring in electrical engineering, and I will fund this through scholarships and working at restaurants as a waiter. Part 3, how will I get there? Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. That's why they call it The Present by Master Oogway. I chose this quote because it says, you don't have to worry about the past and the future. You have to worry about what's on and live life like it's your last day, every single day. Now, future preparations. Some classes I have took for this career field are A+ computer repair, web design. Those classes were good. A+ computer repair is good for working with technology and building and putting together networks and stuff like that. And web design is like the coding behind the computer, so you can learn a bunch there. Some experience I have are I built my own computer, like I said earlier, and I also help many people with their technical issues. Like if their computer's not working, they always come to me and ask for help. Reflection, my experiences with people and classes I have taken have led me to where I am now. Without these things, I wouldn't be able to figure out the right career is for me in my life. I plan on gaining experience in college to help me jump into the field as soon as possible. Clincher. Thanks to DHS, I would not have been able to have the experiences and the strength to make it through my difficult times. Moving forward, I'm going to do the best I can to make my mark on this world. I look forward to the life I'm going to have in the future. We're excited.
Our next presenter is Kylie Eaton.
Hi guys, my name is Kylie. I'm going to be talking about who I am, where I'm going, and how I'm going to get there. So my universal quote was, music can know and communicate the unknowable, and I feel like throughout high school, this has helped me with like my emotions and how I'm able to feel them and express them. So what I'm going to be talking about today is who I am, where I'm going, and how I will get there. So part 1, who am I? They always notice when you're acting different, but they never see what they did to make you start acting that way. And this quote's from Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD's one of my favorite artists, and this quote just reminds me of high school. So my strengths and weaknesses: I'm very selfless, I'm outgoing, and I'm trustworthy. I'm selfless because I put others before myself. I'm outgoing because I like to have a good time, and I'm trustworthy because whether it's a person or a task, I'm able to be trustworthy. And for weaknesses, I'm an overthinker. I like to overanalyze every move I make and think before I do things. And I hate public speaking. I don't like talking in front of big groups. And I'm a big procrastinator. I do like to do things the day before the deadline. So who am I seriously? I'm original, I have high standards, and I'm passionate. I'm original, and I'm proud that I'm like myself and I'm not trying to be someone else. And I have high standards. I have very high standards for people and the things that I do personally. And I'm passionate. I'm very dedicated to what I do, whether it's people or work or friends or family. So my extracurricular activities: I love to work out. I like to clean anything but my room. I like to travel. I like to see new places. And I've been hunting since I was 4 years old. So work and volunteer experiences. I've worked at the Circle of Friends Daycare in Burton since August. This was my first job. And this has taught me how to be responsible and how to engage with children and understand their feelings and how to help them in their situations. And it's also taught me motivation, patience, and creativity. The next thing is Saipo Elementary. I volunteered here, and I also had the opportunity to do teacher cadet. And I ran Santa's workshop for volunteer work, and I organized the whole thing. I set up the whole thing, and I helped the kids pick out the gifts and take care of them. And then I just started working at the hot dog stand in Grand Blanc, and this has taught me teamwork and management. It's a little bit different than working with kids, and it's also increased my people skills and my confidence to talk to people. So next, my accomplishments. I did DECA for the first time this year, and I was a state finalist, and I did it by myself. And I've owned my own sunflower farm for 5 years, and I was in the Flint Journal last year for it. I'm one of the youngest females in Michigan to harvest a record animal with a bow. I'm a 4-times all-academic varsity athlete, and I placed 3rd at World Series in softball for Chattanooga, Tennessee. Part 2, where am I going? 2 things prevent us from happiness: living in the past and observing others. I chose this quote because throughout high school, people engage so much on what other people are doing and their picture-perfect life on the Snapchat or Instagram, and that's not really that lifestyle, and this taught me to be grateful for who I have and what I have in my life. So the career path I chose was teaching. And why this career path? My motivation factors are, I have a huge passion for teaching. I like teaching kids. And I have human relation skills, I have an engaging personality, and I'm very fair and transparent. My interests are helping kids grow behaviorally, emotionally, and academically. I have a very strong creativity. I like to do different arts and different things with kids, and I like to make learning fun. I don't want kids just in a classroom and just looking at a board. And then how I will succeed is, I think this is a profession that I'll be able to succeed every day. I love working with kids, and I know I really will succeed when I know I've helped or even saved a life from the difference I've made. So for my short-term goals, I want to learn how to be happy and content with myself. I'm not always the happiest with myself, and I want to learn how to do that. I want to save $10,000 for the first year of college, and I want to continue my academic successes throughout college. Now on my long-term goals, I want to own all my assets, which includes my car and my house, including I want to graduate without debt. And I also want to never change who I am for anyone or anything. I feel like that's important throughout life because you want to do things for other people to the point where you might change yourself, and I don't want to do that. And I also want to move out of Michigan. I don't like Michigan. I don't like the cold, so I want to move out. My career exploitation, my job description is an elementary teacher works for an elementary school and teaches about a variety of subjects: social studies, math, English, and science. And then it has to be according to their state or local curriculum requirements, and I found that on D.com. And their education and salary, you need a bachelor's degree minimum, you need a state certificate for most jobs, and you earn $47,000 to $80,000 per year. And I found that on salary.com. And then for the challenges, there's a huge lack of funding with teaching. You don't get enough money for your classroom. They're disciplining students. I feel like it's going to be really hard for me. I want them to learn, but at the same time, I don't want to yell at them if they're doing something wrong. And then working extended hours, you don't get paid to prepare for parties or prepare for anything like that, or grading papers. You don't get paid for that, so you have to work extended hours. And also uninvolved parents. I feel like it's really hard to have the kids engage with you if the parents aren't. All right, so why is this career for me? So growing up, I've always sat in my mom's classroom at the end of the day from 2nd grade to 7th grade, and I've always seen how good she is at teaching and how she's really inspired others, and that just really inspired me to be in this pathway. And I get selfless joy for helping others. I love helping kids. I like to see when they're super excited when they did something, and I like to make a difference. So how do I get there? I'll be attending U of M Flint and I'll be majoring in I'll be majoring in elementary education, and then when I can start, I want to start substituting. So part 3, how will I get there? I chose the quote, "The mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, and the great teacher inspires." And I just want to inspire young kids to be great kids, and I want them to look back and be like, "Oh, my teacher, I remember her, she was so cool." All right, preparation for the future. So I'm currently working at a daycare, and I work with a group ages from kindergarten to 8th grade, so I'm working with a bunch of age levels, which will help me for teaching. And I also work under stressful situations. My kids are from Burton, and there's been a lot of problems with my kids, and I'm able to, help them through their times. For Teacher Cadet, I've been able to see behind, the scenes of teaching. Bad, everything. And I've been able to see a glimpse into the reality of it, especially through my mom. I've seen a lot of things that she had to go through. And volunteering at SIPL, it's increased my social skills. I don't have very good social skills, so it's increased that. And it's also created a stronger bond with the SIPL community. My mom works there, so it helped me engage more with the staff there, which I liked. So reflection, my recent experiences have led me to my career choice decisions. Since I was 5 years old, teaching has always been a passion of mine, and now I'm ready to make it a reality. Thank you, DHS. I want to give everyone a big thanks that has made an impact on my life throughout difficult times. And for the future, I hope Davison High School and Middle School pays more attention to creating an emotionally supportive environment for all students. And that's my work cited.
The next student presenting is Michael Osterhoser. Did I say that right?
So, hi, I'm Michael Osterhoser, and this is my senior exit presentation. So, I would say some traits that describe me are I'm hardworking and very reliable. I always give my best effort at whatever I do, no matter what, whether it's sports, school, or work, and I always try my hardest, and I always get things done well and done on time. I'd say my biggest strength is that I give 110% effort at whatever I do. And then my biggest weakness is time management because I'm so busy. So to overcome this, I have a planner that I write my schedule in so I can plan everything out. I've done hockey for 10 years, 6 years of travel teams, and then 4 years for the high school team. I love hockey because the teamwork and it taught me how to work with a team and be a good communicator, along with how to have a good compete level and work with others. I've done robotics for 6 years, 2 years for the middle school team, and then 4 years for the high school team. I love robotics because it's taught me how to design something and then build something from scratch and work on parts and machines. I'm a member of NHS, and then for NHS I volunteer. A thing I've done is I've mentored the middle school robotics team, and I've really liked that because it helps me inspire other kids and get the passion that I have. And then I work at an ice cream shop, and what I would say that has taught me is how to work with customers and get things done fast and well and always make the customer happy. I'm a very self-motivated person, and I try my hardest at whatever I do, so that I have a really good compete level, so I just want to get things done because I want it done. But then another big motivator for me is my parents, because my parents always push me to do everything and have taught me how to be a good person. So I want to become a mechanical engineer, and mechanical engineering is a branch of engineering dealing with design, construction, and then the use of machines. My short-term goal is to graduate from high school and start at Kettering University, and my long-term goal is to graduate from Kettering and get a good paying job. So mechanical engineers build and design things. They use a 3D software called CAD, which they design stuff in, and then they actually go and prototype the thing and then test it, and then hopefully it works and it will be used in real life. So some skills they need are active listening, critical thinking, problem solving, and being a good communicator. They need all these skills because they work in groups a lot, so they have to be an active listener and a good communicator. But then they also need to be a problem solver because they're solving new problems and they're inventing things that have never been done before, so they're going to run into problems and they have to know how to solve the problem. So a typical day might be office work, working in a 3D software, CAD, and designing things, or they might be out in the field testing things or prototyping things. So the working conditions can be long office days or out in the field working on stuff. Mechanical engineers are important because they build the future, so they are like building all the new technology that we're going to have and use in the future. Mechanical engineers have 45 to 50-hour work weeks according to Zello, with a salary of $56,000 to $137,000 a year, with a mean salary of $88,000 a year. So that's some pretty good pay, so that's a benefit. And then there's a 3.9% projected growth by 2029. So that's about average compared to other jobs, which is good because it means there will be some job openings. And then to get this degree, you need to go to college for 4 to 5 years and get a bachelor's degree. And it's recommended that you take as many math and science classes as you can, according to Science Buddies. Some of the best schools for mechanical engineering are MIT, Stanford, and the University of Michigan, according to College Factual. But there's other great ones in Michigan, like Michigan Tech and Kettering University. I want to go to Kettering University because they have a really cool co-op program where they do 3 months of school, then 3 months of work year-round. So you get really good real-world experience while learning from others who are an expert in that field. Some pros of this field are it's good pay, there's a lot of promotional opportunities, and there's a lot of openings. The cons are it can be long office days and it's hard to see your progress because it takes so long to design something and you might have to remake it a lot. So it can take a while to see your progress. So how will I get there? Past classes I've taken are like brief calc and stats, and then extra science classes and math classes, along with I took AP Lang last year. And then I'm currently in robotics, and robotics has like helped inspire me to become a mechanical engineer because I love building something from scratch and seeing it through to the end and seeing like the final part or robot, and it's really cool. And some things I've learned how to do are run and operate a mill and lathe, so that was really cool. And then I have a co-op job at Kettering University, and I will be working at Spartan Fire Chassis. And what's really cool about that is they design and build fire trucks. And what's cool is every fire truck is unique because the customer like requests it, so it's always a little bit different, so it doesn't get too boring. And then here's my works cited slide. Thank you.
Our next presenter is Ethan Stewart.
My name is Ethan Stewart, and my intro quote chose was, "Wherever you go with all of your heart," because I believe that, if you want to pursue something, you should give it your best. Who am I? Words may inspire, but action creates change. I believe that you can talk about whatever you want to do as much as you want, but nothing's going to happen until you actually take a course of action. Who am I? I'm an affectionate, kind-hearted person, and I am respectful. Who am I seriously? I am energetic, and I have a positive attitude most days. I enjoy working with a team, and I'm very passionate in what I do. My weaknesses. Procrastination is definitely probably one of my biggest weaknesses because, whenever there's something I don't want to do, I'm probably putting it at the very last second possible to do it. Another weakness of mine is caring too much. There's a lot of times where the times where I need to put myself first, I find a way to put someone else before me because, I feel better doing stuff like that. And patience. Usually when I want to do something, I want something, I want it right now. Some hobbies of mine is sports, music, and hanging out with my friends and family. The sports I've played was baseball. I've been playing baseball for the last 16 years. I played basketball for a couple of years and football for 3 years. For music, I like playing the guitar and hanging out with friends and family. I've been doing that for most of my life. Work and volunteer experiences. My dad's real estate business. I learned the value of things are not always the same as imagined. For example, a lot of people think that the value of their home should increase because they have an above ground pool in their backyard, and that doesn't really mean that's true. I've worked at Ace Hardware for a couple of months. I've listened and learned quite a bit about electricity and plumbing with the older guys I've worked with. And umpiring baseball games has definitely showed me the different aspects of the game, and I've learned to respect the umpires because this is a completely different point of view. Some accomplishments of mine: I've gotten accepted by every single school that I've applied for, even though all those schools are not really huge, impressive schools, but still, it's a nice thing. I've earned a couple of scholarships. I've been on the honor roll of all 4 years of high school, and winning a state championship in football in 2019 is an accomplishment. Where am I going? Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step, by Martin Luther King Jr. I believe that this is a good quote because, a lot of us are too scared to, follow our dreams because we're scared of failure. So, just take that first step and just go with the flow. Career exploration itself. What makes this career of being a real estate appraiser interesting? Because there's different kind of people that you're going to be working with, and there's different kind of houses, like large houses, small houses, and the weather conditions. You could be doing an appraisal on 90-degree hot weather. You could be doing the pouring rain or blizzard cold. The personal traits that you should have for this job is you need to be knowledgeable, friendly, have good judgment, and good communication skills, because that's how you get the job done possible. I will succeed at this job because I'm a very kind and respectful person with everyone I meet, and I always want the best for everyone, and I've learned a lot from my dad throughout the years. Short-term goals: save money for college and get a head start in the real estate business. And to learn that, I should get things the second possible because procrastination is bad. Long-term goals of mine is graduating college with a bachelor's degree and to find my passion, to find what I want to do for the rest of my life. The job description to be a real estate appraiser is they have a key role in the process of buying and selling houses. The education requirements is to have an associate's degree and 30 semester hours of work, and you should take some courses too. That's required. The job outlook is projected to increase 8% in the next 10 years or so. The earnings is start off $61,000 to maybe $100K. Depends on your position and how far you go. The challenge of the job is a very stressful job, and it depends on the market and your clients. Why is this career for me? This career is for me because I love working with people who are reaching a common goal. Like I want to sell the house and my clients want to buy the house, and the fact that every single appraisal is unique and it's different in its own way. And the fact that there's always constant learning. Like every situation is going to be different, and there's always something new to learn about it. How will I get there? First, I'm going to start off at Mott Community College to get my prerequisites done because it's going to save me a lot of money. And then I'd like to transfer to a university, hopefully to Northwood University, to get my bachelor's degree in business. How will I get there? What would you do to attempt if you knew you weren't going to fail? Like I said previously, a lot of us are too scared to go follow our dreams because we're scared of failure. So if we all knew that we weren't going to fail, all of us would go for our dreams. Reflection. I've taken classes like marketing and financial literacy. I feel like those classes have definitely benefited me, in life, because for financial literacy, I've learned how to save money, budget money, and the importance of that kind of stuff. And marketing, everywhere you go is marketing. Customer service, and just working with people. I've also job shadowed my dad throughout the years, being a real estate appraiser. This has taught me what the job's actually like, rather than just reading upon websites and what they say about it. So, job shadowing and taking these classes has definitely, like I said, helped me, and because it's gave me a head start, I believe. Clincher. Throughout my years here, I attended DHS. Throughout my years attending here at DHS, I've learned that it's okay not to like or be liked by everyone you cross paths with. Regardless of one's values, beliefs, and etc., you just never truly know what people are going through within their own four walls. So being kind and showing your respect is vital. And I've learned that being this way will get me a lot farther in life rather than pretending being someone other than myself. There are too many people in this world who are so close to giving up in life, so maybe just one good interaction with them may give them a reason to fight for another day. So why not be that reason to do that? And so, doing something that's putting a smile on someone's face could potentially be the only love that they may get. Thank you.
Our last presenter is Elias Asensio.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Elias Asensio. This is my senior exit presentation. So a little bit about myself. I've been boxing for 6 years now. It's a pretty brutal sport on the mind and body, but it's overall worth it because there's no other feeling like winning. I've made some great teammates, and I love my coaches to death. I'm a 2-time state champion. It felt really good to get those accomplishments just because no one could take that away from me, and, it's something you have to work really hard for. My primary motivation is my faith and my family. I talk to God every day. I pray every day. I'm always in church. And I just want to make my family proud and show them that their sacrifices are worth it. So my plan, I've already enlisted in the Air Force. I'm going to do a 6-year enlistment just so I can get paid a little more and I'll get better career opportunities. I'm going to go to basic training in Lackland Air Force Base in Texas, and they're just going to transition me out of a civilian lifestyle into a military lifestyle. So you have to do everything from drill movements to making your bed correctly and maintaining the firearms and all of those things. And then from there, I'll go to technical school for air traffic control, and that technical school is located in Keesler Air Force Base in Louisiana. And obviously there I'm going to get on-the-job training too after my tech school just to make sure I am successful. So a little bit about air traffic control. You have to coordinate movement among the aircraft. So you have to figure out how far they are apart in the sky and if that's going to be a problem or not. You have to manage the runway. Basically any information the pilots need to know, you have to communicate that to them. So the weather, the no-fly zones, anything like that, anything the pilot needs to know, you got to communicate that. You do get compensated pretty well for this job. So a median civilian salary, you're looking at around $129,000 or $62 an hour. Entry level, it's more around $40, $45 an hour. And the highest air traffic controllers in the country, they get paid $95 to $100 an hour. And I got that from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. There's a slight decrease in demand nationally, and that's according to Zello. But it's still a great career opportunity because you do, like I said, you do get financially compensated for it. So a little bit more about air traffic control. It's very stressful. These planes that are flying, they have people on them, they have cargo, they have weaponry, machinery, you name it. But it's just very stressful because you're communicating a lot. If you're introverted, this job is going to be really hard for you because you are out of your comfort zone. So it's better to be extroverted. So some ways to get involved in air traffic control. There's the ATC Collegiate Training Program. So you can do 3 or 4 years and get your master's or bachelor's degree in air traffic control. Obviously, you're going to do a lot of job shadowing, a lot of book work, and just know the ins and outs of air traffic control. You can also get certified with the FAA, and if you get certified, you can do air traffic control anywhere in the country. There's also the military way, of course. So you just enlist, they pay for all your schooling, all your education, you get on-the-job training as well. It's not a bad job. You are in an air-conditioned air traffic control tower, and sometimes you have a radar, which will help you out a little bit. Excuse me. So how I'm going to get there. I want to graduate basic military training at the top of my class. I'm going to have great physical fitness scores and pass all my inspections with 100%. And I'm going to have to study in tech school very rigorously as well. It's a very difficult career field, and if you're not studying and on top of your game, then you're going to fail and flunk out. And of course, listen, just don't get an ego, don't get a big head, don't think I know everything, and be willing to learn. Here's my works cited page. Thank you everyone for listening.
This concludes the 4th hour presentation. Thank you to the people who donated the gift bag.